Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to the day of the crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera hash graph, or Hbar if you will. Actually, I haven't called a Hedera hash graph in a fairly long time, but hey, it is what it is. Now, in terms of the market, I know that we were preparing for, takeoff, but of course, Bitcoin doing what it loves to do, came in and pretty much stopped the party. Now, I still think that Hbar is still readying, the next major move up, and I do think that that next major move is 50 cents. Hbar is down here pretty much fairly low at only about 1.03% up on the 24-hour span, and we are only 3% up now on the 7-day span. Trading volume has been increasing slowly, nothing too crazy in terms of 16%. We're still below 43 cents. Our historical data, our close yesterday, was roughly about 43, almost 44 cents, which is still a cent below my main closing point. I wanted to see a close above 45 cents. I think that that would have been extremely bullish for us, but of course we couldn't get there. I do think that we get there at some point in time, possibly in this next week, if we could see Bitcoin kind of still, get that alleviation instead of it sitting stable or kind of just ranging on. But honestly, I'm expecting it to range on a little bit more. But, I still think that by the end of this month, we will see that bullish sentiment being printed on Hedera. But again, I do want to talk to you guys more so about the NFT marketplace within the Hbar, ecosystem, because it is growing a lot recently. And shout out to Barbarian or Hbarbarian, I should say, on Twitter, because he actually, put me on to some things in terms of the NFT space for Hbar, because I'm only on OpenSea. So, we've been seeing a lot of growth in terms of the Hbar ecosystem. So without further ado, before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask if you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Also, if you guys are new or not new, definitely hit that like button as well. Now, in terms of everything happening in this market, we are closing in on the end of this bull run. So I would get a lot of these exit strategies if you guys do want to know my personal exit strategy. If you guys do, you guys could go check out NCashOfficial.com. Of course, you guys are not obligated to purchase any of this. I'm just letting you guys know for anybody who is interested. And of course, the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack is on sale, 20% off for a limited time only for the next, I think, 6 days overall. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely take advantage of that sale. Now, with that, I do want to quote this tweet here. Now, within this entire market, the most bullish thing about Hbar is this specifically. And this is actually coming from that article that I read the other day from Danny I. That's why I linked it in that video, because this is actually a pretty interesting quote. Check this out, right? 3. Apps purchase Hbar at market prices at any rate, practically sustaining a price floor for Hbar. Now, what does that mean? It means that these apps, or any sort of DApp, I should say actually, built within the Hbar ecosystem is purchasing Hbars at market price, at any market price. It could be $1, it could be $10, whatever the price of Hbar, they are buying it at that price. Now, this is great for the overall long-term viewpoints here, but, obviously we need a lot more apps to be built within the ecosystem, but things have been growing at a rapid pace. In fact, again, like I said, shout out to Barbarian. He's saying, not going to lie, Hbarbarians, I have spent some of my Hbar bag on Hedera-based NFTs this weekend. One collection I've bought NFTs from has seen additions resell for up to almost 20x initial price in under 1 week. As you guys know, I like NFTs. In fact, I have my own NFTs that I mint a lot. And I do plan on minting a lot actually on GoMint. I actually messaged them to see if I could get some access, because I know that they're not, pretty much allowing any creators just yet. And I really want to pretty much mint a lot of projects on there, because I think that in terms of the Hbar ecosystem for NFTs, it's so much better than OpenSea. It's so much better than Ethereum based, because Ethereum is just, at this point, it's become useless. It's so hard to utilize it at any point now. Now within this, we also actually have a reply. This is a good thing. It supports artists and furthers the Hedera ecosystem by promoting art, creating transactions, and engaging with the community more, all while remaining green with clean NFTs. And I think that that's actually a good point to point out. I think that, in terms of, pretty much, I would say marketing the Hbar ecosystem for NFTs is having green or clean NFTs. I think that that's great. Now, with this, we also see here, I'm starting to see Ethereum NFT accounts jumping into the Hedera NFT space. In fact, we've seen Suku, right? I've always mentioned Suku in the past because Suku is actually a very interesting use case within this, space. And I've already mentioned this multiple times. This goes back to February of this year. Suku's supply chain migrates from Ethereum to Hedera Hashgraph. We've also seen this within, even Proven DB. A lot of those use cases that were on Ethereum at some point in time, transitioned over to Hedera Hashgraph. It's not a big surprise. They're saving a lot more money, making a lot more money, being able to scale as well as, being more sustainable. So obviously, it would be a dumb decision to stay within the Ethereum ecosystem. And I don't think a lot of people are actually seeing this right now because, HBAR is still extremely undervalued and overlooked. Now, also, I do want to mention this. So Visa's head of crypto sees a whole new class of mainstream consumers entering the crypto space due to non-fungible tokens or NFTs. The executives further says crypto is becoming cultural. It's becoming cool. Now, of course, this is talking about the NFT space. The NFT space actually on even CoinMarketCap has been growing astronomically. In fact, we are seeing the volume just being up a little bit here, almost 20%. But of course, we do see that the market cap is up about 2.7%, which I know might not seem like a lot, but we are sitting at about $64.6 billion in market cap. And of course, the leading name here being Axie Infinity, which is up, I should say, almost 24,000% year to date. A lot of these, coins within the NFT space have been making some significant gains this year. On the 7-day span, Seek, I believe, so Seek is actually up about 138%, which is crazy on the 7-day span. But a lot of these coins actually are up fairly significantly in terms of percentage gains. And of course, I've always talked about Mana or Decentraland. I think that that's a great NFT, asset, but the NFT space is still so early in terms of adoption. And I think that a lot more of these major companies like Visa are going to move in on this scene, especially once NFTs get to the point where it's no longer being able to be overlooked or, sort of ignored. And NFTs are not just, art or anything like that. NFTs are so much bigger than that. There's going to be a lot of use cases coming within this space, especially in terms of healthcare, gaming. There's so many, right? It's going to stretch even the music industry, movies, possibly TV shows, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be great to see. Now, also, we do see here the growth happening within the HBAR NFT community is absolutely beautiful. Seeing the new HBAR bearings, the building, the collaboration, and soon the final piece of the puzzle, the open marketplaces. There is something special happening. And I really cannot tell you guys that enough. Honestly speaking, when we're talking about the NFT space, we always take a look at Solana in terms of what they have built. Listen, these NFT ecosystems have immense value, and they have that catalyst event that really pushes the price to, major price appreciation levels, which in terms of what HBAR is doing, it's not comparable to any other asset in terms of the NFT space, because I've always said, it is the only asset in this space that has patent technology that could allow for unlimited transactions per second. It's the greenest technology in this space, the most utilized DOT. All of these dApps, all of these, major partnerships and stuff that are building within the HBAR, ecosystem, they're going to explode in value 10x plus within the next few years. We are so early within HBAR, and I know a lot of people actually argued that we are too early on HBAR this bull run. But I don't think so. I think that we're still going to see some major percentage gains. And also, of course, talking about the DeFi space, DeFi is not hype, right? And it's not going away, but it definitely needs a major improvement. We are already kind of seeing that within regulations. One of those improvements is to move to a decentralized platform that has enterprise-grade high security and an economic model that is sustainable long term. HBAR is that platform. And in terms of the DeFi space, we are actually seeing some use cases. I know a lot of people actually haven't heard from me talk about, Jigstack, for an example, but Jigstack is still a fairly good hold. I think that it has a lot, in terms of value for short-term and even long-term, but, obviously they are pretty much rolling out some kinks within their ecosystem. But in terms of this, yes, DeFi is going to be a huge space as well. Similar to the NFT space, the DeFi space actually has a ton more in terms of market cap, and when we're talking about this is a $186.2 billion market. And again, a lot of these assets are actually up significantly on the year-to-date percentages as well. And I do think that DeFi coming to HBAR, HBAR has a ton of partnerships within this space, talking about ALBT, multiple other partnerships as well. But ALBT is the number one that really kind of sticks out to me, because ALBT is doing incredibly well for themselves. They have so many partners on their ecosystem in terms of even Q&T as well. And we know they are also partnered with the London Stock Exchange. So, in terms of DeFi, I think DeFi is going to be one of the things that are really kind of the leading catalyst for crypto to really be adopted at a massive rate. And again, when we're talking about, for an example, regulations are coming to this space to actually improve DeFi as well. So I'm very excited for that. Now, also, to really kind of wrap this video up, I want to talk to you guys about this video from Kevin O'Leary. People with cash have to get some kind of protection against inflation. The only place you can find it is in crypto. How crazy is that? Now, listen to this closely. So, yeah.
A lot in a 12-month period. They said, why don't you stake USDC? Why don't you stake US stablecoin? You can make 4.7 to 6% in a 90-day period. And I call up my own accountants, my own compliance officer said, we're going to stake some USDC. And they said, what, are you out of your mind? You can't do that. The pressure to get into crypto now at the institutional level has never been bigger. So I have done a small experiment, and I've started to work with Circle, and I am staking USDC. This is where the world is going, Scott. This has to get resolved because people with cash have to get some kind of protection against inflation. The only place you can find it is in crypto. How crazy is that?
Well, Kevin O'Leary.
Now, a few things that I want to address from this video is, first off, he's saying that this is going to grow and grow and grow in terms of, when we're talking about financial institutions as well. And also, the financial institution demand for crypto right now is definitely at the highest peak that it's been ever right now. And, from 2017, 2018 to now, this space looks extremely different in terms of adoption and acceptance. And that's going to grow astronomically as we do further down the, grow further down the line as well. In terms of crypto, right, we're talking about all these major, use cases that are, coming to the financial scene in terms of fintech as well. We always talk about XRP, in terms of ODL and, the liquidity hub that they just launched. There is so much innovation in this scene, and things are moving at such a rapid pace. Like, even just this year alone, I've seen things that I never would have thought to see happen so incredibly fast with a lot of these, assets like Q&T, XRP, even HBAR, right? HBAR has been making, their rounds, especially in terms of innovation and development, especially with the HBAR Foundation as well. I'm just so surprised to see how fast things could really move. But again, am I really surprised in terms of what crypto has been doing in terms of percentages? Absolutely not. That's never going to, be a surprise to me. I think that price appreciation happens very fast in this game, but innovation and development, that's another story, right? Because that moving extremely fast as it has been in crypto is a surprise. Now, in terms of price appreciation, I just want to let you guys know that we are still very close to the demand zone here, above 46 cents. We haven't been able to hold it, actually. Our major resistance point is not 46 right now. It's actually 45 cents. 45 cents is the main point to break here. So we actually haven't held above 45 cents on a strong point on the daily just yet. In fact, we're on a little bit of a downward pressure now, pretty much retesting that 42.5 cents quite a bit now. And again, we still have the higher lows being printed here. Nothing changed with that. We're still looking fairly bullish in terms of the higher lows being tested as well as the major support zones. So I'm waiting for this to really kind of just move up and retest that 45 cent resistance point and pretty much break above it and hold at around 46 to 50 cents. And until we do see that, I'm not going to get too excited. I honestly just want to see us break 40, or not 40, but 50.5 cents, which is that major point up here at the top of this green rectangle, which is the demand zone. And once we do break out of that, I do think that we test the all-time high fairly fast, and then of course, we pretty much range on to get to those high grade targets that I've always been talking about on this channel. So with that being said, just to clarify, my targets have not changed. I'm still thinking $3 to $6, conservatively, and then, of course, the $6 to $10 plus range where we do get to possibly $15 if, and I always say if, Bitcoin does have that massive blow off top, which is possible, but I'm just saying it's more so unlikely in my opinion. But with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.